Day 6 of Vlogmas. Rainy Monday. Sadly, I'm a little bummed. I won't lie. Um, the good thing is we did get quite a bit of snow on the weekend, which means that even though it's been raining pretty much all day, there's still, everything is still white. A lot of snow has melted, so the streets are a complete disaster. Huge puddles, and the conditions are going to get icy pretty quickly because we're going back well below freezing tonight. So this is just the reality of this time of year for us. We kind of go back and forth and have to deal with quite a bit of freezing rain, which is my least favorite weather that we get here. Freezing rain it sucks because there's really nothing fun to do outside when it's freezing rain. The only good thing about freezing rain is that sometimes it will make everything covered in a thin layer of ice, including trees and dried flowers and stuff like that. And if there isn't a lot of it, just enough to sort of have a very thin coating, it's quite beautiful. If we get a lot of freezing rain and a lot of ice accumulation, then it's really terrible because it actually can cause trees to break. And we actually had a massive ice storm in the mid to late 90s. And actually we were under ice it happened right after Christmas. It was in the new year, and everything was shut down for like 10 or 11 days. It was pretty intense, and I'll see if I can find some photos. The changes to the landscape were really dramatic. We actually lost a lot of trees because of that ice storm. And of course, a lot of people were out of power for a very long time. We were very lucky. In our neighborhood, we didn't lose power hardly at all, but yeah, it was, anyway, this is not like that. It's actually not really been much freezing rain. It's been mostly just rain. But the perfect excuse today to stay indoors and just be really cozy and do cozy things. And of course, I've been completely indulging because I feel like today's my first real day off. The weekend, obviously I wasn't working, but it was the weekend. Today is my official first day off of work. And it's been lovely. I actually did a bit of sewing this morning. I am working on a quilt, which is a relatively new adventure for me. I had done a scrappy block, just a tied blanket many moons ago, but this is my first sort of quilt where I'm following a pattern, and bought quilting fabric and real quilting batting and all that. So that's been a lot of fun. It's also been really challenging. It's really interesting to dive into a craft that I'm not skilled in at all, and to kind of be a beginner. And because I grew up surrounded by quilters. My mom is an incredible quilter. My grandmothers were quilters. Most of my aunts were quilters. I feel like I have something to live up to, and so I'm definitely my sort of perfectionist side is coming out for sure in my quilting. So anyway, I am a complete beginner, so I'm not going to be talking a lot about sort of quilting techniques or please don't, you know, this is not the place to come if you have quilting questions or if you need advice. But I will show you what I'm working on, and sort of as I'm working on it over the holidays, I will kind of give you some progress. I found a little container to put all of my Advent packages in. This is just a little chicken wire basket that I picked up at the dollar store, if you can believe it. I went in there to buy some batteries and some little mini Christmas lights, and I saw these and I thought they were really very cute. So anyway, so I got one of them for my Advent calendar, and I've opened days 1 through 5, so I will recap or catch you up on what I got. So day 1 I've already shown is the cranberry color. And then day 2 was chipped, which is a beautiful little mint, very, very pale mint with some brown speckles. Then number 3, which you haven't seen yet, the color name is Citrus, and it's a very pretty peach. It's coming out a little more kind of bright orange than it is in real life. It's a little more muted, but very pretty. After that, we've got Garland, which is a cream with some of that soft mint, some of the orange, and a kind of a forest green. So that's super pretty. The next one for day 5, yesterday's skein, this one is gorgeous. It's called Rosemary and Lavender. And so it's a creamy base with a bit of pretty lavender sections, and then green for the rosemary. So that is really, yeah, one of my favorites so far. So today, let's see, I will try not to crinkle. Some people say they like the crinkle sound because it's just the sound of something, you know, a gift that's being opened. But I know that a lot of people have hearing sensitivities, and so crinkling is hard for them, especially if you're watching this with headphones on. So I will do minimal crinkling. Okay. Ooh, love this one. This one is right up my alley. I kind of knew that I might like this because the color name is Oatmeal. So there's a Nicole color. Very pretty. It is a very soft beige color, but it's got just the slightest hint of kind of mauve-y, very, very pale lavender, I guess. Very, very soft. So that is really nice. So far I am absolutely loving the colors that I'm getting. I've had several questions, people wanting to know what are the patterns I have in store. I will record a vlog where I talk about that. I still haven't settled on what I am going to make. I kind of want to see all the colors before I decide that. But there's a few things I have in mind. Lots of people are very curious to find out what I am making Marcel with the yarn that I got at Michael's. Somebody said, "What? The Gentle Knitter buying yarn at Michael's?" Oh yes. I really enjoy actually knitting with the super commercial sock yarn. Though I love woolly wools and I love natural wools, the reality is that socks made out of the more commercial stuff last way, way longer. I mean, I have some socks that I've had probably for 20 years and have never darned them. They are still going strong. So, it's really hard to beat the price. It's hard to beat the durability. And honestly, they really are lovely socks to wear. But these socks are not for me. They're for Marcel. And this is so funny. So what I'm making very long knee highs for Marcel. In the winter, here we have a lot of salt on the roads and on sidewalks because it gets very icy, and that's really hard on dogs' feet. And Marcel in particular is quite sensitive to that. He really doesn't like to walk in bare feet, if you will, in the winter. So we had tried several different types of boots. You can get boots for dogs with, you know, like little Velcro strips or elastics, and you know, those things didn't work very well. The thing that we find stays the best on him and is the most comfortable for him are these little paws. They're like a little balloon, and I will mention, you know, not sponsored by Paws here, just a fan. So they're like a little balloon, and the foot goes in the balloon, and then it tightens around his leg, and they stay on really quite well, and they really protect his feet from all the salt and the ice. The only problem with these is that Marcel's nails, just the way his foot is shaped, he's got nails that really like poke through, and it doesn't take very long for the boot to get pierced. The first few years that we were using these, like, he would go through the boot within a week, and we would have to, you know, throw that one out, get a new one. And they're not cheap. They're not the kind of thing you want to replace every week. So my mom had the genius idea of, she said, why don't you get little baby socks? And so these ones I also buy at the dollar store, and they're so cute with the little wiener dog. So I put a sock on his foot, and then I put the boot. And that has been revolutionary. We can go through almost an entire winter with the same pair of these paws now that we put the socks on. And, you know, it's been great too, because I think it's probably more comfortable for him to have a sock inside. It cushions the you know, the kind of rubbery part a little more, and probably keeps his feet a little warmer. But on very cold days, I think these are going to be even better. So I'm really excited to knit these. Hello, Mr. Marcel. Hello. Did you have a good walk?
Yes.
Oh, you're all wet. Oh no. Marcel. Oh, gonna have to towel you off, buddy. Yeah. Marcel. Oh, you're all wet. Oh, did you have a good walk? Did you have a good walk, sweetheart? Whoa. You want some dinner? You want some dinner? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Mama, I do. All right, let's go get some dinner. Come on. You want some dinner? The tail says yes. Let's go get some dinner. Okay. Want some dinner? Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's good. Yes, that's good.